Yo, what's the word? It's your boy back with another video, another banger. And as you know, I do post AAU videos, and I just wanted to drop the top 20 DBA players of all time. I want to give a shout out to Cam Wilder for doing this and giving me the idea for his AAU team, Broadway Elite. And my AAU team, I feel like we should do this. And I think I'm gonna do this again next year because we'll have a lot more people. We're still growing a lot. Ignore my voice because I need to keep it down. Okay, so top 20 DBA players of all time. So let's kick it off with our honorable mentions. We have Bo Cartwright, who barely missed the top 20. So about Bo, actually, he was a defensive player. He was hustle, and he barely missed top 20, but he's first on our honorable mention. And our second is Lev. He didn't score, but he kept the energy so high, and I mess with it, and that's what we like here in DBA. And then third on our honorable mentions is Makai Jackson. Surprise, Makai made it. So good for Makai. He makes the energy high, and he's an OG. So that's why we have Makai. So without further ado, let's get into the top 20. 20 on our list is Joey Guadarrama. So Joey Guadarrama was actually a player that a friend from our school told us, hey, you should pick up this kid because I know him, and he hoops and he needs to play for a team. So we pick him up, and it was hard for him to get used to AAU. So he had a slow start, but then he started scoring and he got more comfortable, and he was, more talk. He would talk to us. He liked our teammates, and we'd like him. So, no Joey hate in here. So, and our number 19 is Jackson Cumnock. So, JK, I'm sorry, you're a little low, but if you guys don't remember, Jackson, actually you guys don't know, we have a tournament that we did not upload because it was disgusting. We lost by like 25 each game, and it did not look good. It was a fun tournament, but it was just disgusting. It was hard to watch, hard to play, because nobody took us serious. But Jackson did not. Here, fun fact: Jackson has never scored a point. He never scored a point, but he got in there and he played his heart out, and he was playing good defense, bonding with the team, but he would be that player that would tell you to keep your head up, and he can do it all. He can score. Trust me, he can score, but he never scored. He was just there to help us out as a team, and it helped us a little, even though we lost. Let's head to 18 on our list. So 18 is Caden Peterson. Caden Peterson. Where can I start? Caden's a pretty good player. I like Caden because he's one of the best bigs in DBA history, and he was the OG tournament. If you go back to our first tournament, Caden is in the video. And Caden, fun fact if you didn't know, nobody knows about this except players. Caden broke his finger in the game that he played in, and he played through it. He kept getting rebounds, assisting. He doesn't like talking trash. Caden is just there to hoop, and it's fun to play with him. It's so fun to play with him. So that's why I put him on 18. He hasn't played with us ever since, though. So let's say 17. 17, another OG, but he was originally gonna play with us, but he just didn't play with us until like recently. It's Laith Al-Sadie, and he was like part of the original cards, and I put him at 17 because Laith is, first of all, he's OG, and second, oh my gosh, he brings the energy so high. He's what you want on the floor if you want to like get, yeah. No, he's been to a few tournaments, and he's just so hype. He's so funny on and off the court, and he's iconic. Like 16 is Xander Kekualua, and this may surprise a lot of people. If we were talking on another court besides DBA, Xander would be top of the list. But the only thing setting Xander back is his performances. Don't get me wrong, he's scored more than most of the people below him. But Xander, he's a good kid. Like, there's no reason to not like him, and he's a really good Uber. He's super talented. It's just, when he recently played with us in the tournament I never posted, Game 1, he had 6 points. In Game 2, he had 2 points, which is disappointing for Xander because he's a 20 points per game kind of guy. So, let's go to 15. 15, Isaiah Ta'ale. So, Isaiah Ta'ale was in our second ever tournament where I got an offer, and dude, he was clutch for us. He was really clutch. Thing is, he would have been so high, like we're talking top 5, if he were to stick with us and keep running tournaments with us and took it serious, because he was getting buckets, but he never took it serious. He would have been so good. Like he got us buckets. He was clutch. He was hitting his shots, diming the ball. But if he were to take it serious, like he would be really high. 14, iconic, the Saper Bahari. So Saper, I made a really good choice picking him up, and I do not regret picking him up. As a kid sitting next to me in science class, that kid gets buckets. He rebounds the ball, he plays lockdown defense, he keeps the energy high, and he gets buckets in the paint. We want him to shoot more threes, but he gets his buckets inside, so we're going to keep letting him in those buckets. Only thing that's setting Saper back, like, he needs to be like Isaiah and just lock in and realize that let's try to win this game and just give it your all on the court. Let's go to 13. 13 is Connor Bird. Oh my gosh. Connor Bird. Where can I start? He is 11, 12 years old playing with high schoolers. And he's 5'3". He gets buckets. He is gonna go down as one of the best shooters in history for the team. He's gotten texts. He dives for the ball, and he gives it his all. He shoots the lights out for a 12 or 11-year-old, and he's, oh my gosh, like he gets buckets. He's played in 3, I think he's played in 3. If he were to play in most of the tournaments, like a few others, they play in most of the tournaments, Connor would be top 10. He plays baseball, and he mains baseball. He's baseball year-round, so it's hard to, get Connor on the court. 12 on our list is Jaden Stewart. So, Jaden Stewart is my brother, and I think he's 12 because he's been with us for every single tournament. He can do it all. He can coach, he can play, and the thing about Jaden is he played in the first ever tournament, and he had probably at least 10 points each game, which is not bad. So Jaden is, we had a team poll. He won Teammate of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. Jaden may not specialize in deep shooting, but he can specialize in running the floor and trying to find us a bucket. 11 is going to be Samisi Fanua. That is a surprise. Misi did not make the top 10, but he's really good. In our last tournament, he averaged like 15 a game, which is crazy for not a top 10 player. He's played with us for only 2 tournaments though, and Misi would be really good. He'd definitely be top 10, probably top 7, if Misi were to take it a little bit more serious and just always remaining locked in and pulling up to more tournaments. So I'm gonna go to the top 10 now. The top of all time. Top 10 of all time. Let's do this. 10 on our list is gonna be Mason Severson. Mason Severson is our 10th best player of all time. So, a little surprised I was going to have Mason. I kept thinking where to put him. Top 8, top 9. I put him at 10 because he's came to 2 tournaments. He's a really good shooter. Will also go down as one of the best shooters that have played with us. He can play point really well. It's just the one thing is shot selection. And, sometimes he would take shots that we don't need or shots that are unnecessary. So let's go into 9. 9th player is Aiden Bird. So, another OG. I think I'm serious. I think he's been to every single tournament. He is a scorer. He's an all-around scorer. He can shoot threes, do mid-range, get buckets underneath. He's probably a top 5 scorer in DBA history, definitely. He has really, really good defense, but just not in game. When we're doing pickup, he is like a lockdown defender, but I want to see him more in game. If he were to be a defensive menace, if he were to get steals and blocks every single game, he would be top 5 easily. 1. Let's go to 8. 8 is Isaiah Ormond. Debatable of the greatest DBA big man of all time. He is such a big body. We give him the ball. We say, go to work. Nobody can guard him. 240, 6 foot, 240. He just post you up, get a layup. You could drive, kick, he'll get a layup. He's a rebounding beast. He'll let you take up the ball. And he has developed a jumper. Shout out to Isaiah. He a well-deserved 8 spot. And he deserves higher, but it's very talented. Ever since we've hit, 14, it's been just talent. Number 7, Kian McGuire. So, hate may come to this. People say, Kian this, Kian that. Kian is a top freaking 5 scorer in history. He's been with us for every single tournament. Kian gets buckets. He is our 3-and-D. He is the definition of 3-and-D. He is a clamp god. He will clamp you, hustle, and get a freaking rebound, hit a 3 on the other end of the court. In his whole DBA career, he averages probably 3 a game. 3 points. That's it. 2 to 3 points a game. In his career, he's gone multiple games with 0 points. But in those games, he'll have 7 rebounds and 8 defensive stops. That's good. He's had blocks. He gets steals. He hustles. He's a 3-and-D. Connor Galloway is the 6th best DBA player of all time. He's came with us we've had 7 tournaments. He's probably came 4 or 5. And the thing about Connor is that he's kind of like a Kian, but hits more threes. So, Connor's 3-and-D, not probably Can's maybe a better, like a little bit of a better defender, but Connor hits more threes. But he gets buckets, unlike what Isaiah Ta'ale could do. He gets buckets on him. He takes it serious most of the time. He is a good point guard. He can find you underneath, but is a great catch and shooter and a good corner sniper. Now we are going to go to the top 5 DBA players in history. Let's do this. 5 is Michael Crumley. Big. He's came to 3 tournaments. 3. And guess what? He would have pulled up to every single one if MC weren't to have freaking L injury. Okay, L injury in the comments, guys. You know, injuries are all part of the game. It didn't happen on the court, though. It was off the court. But, you know, it sucks. It sucks because he probably would have been top 3. But prime MC, him and Isaiah are debated to be the greatest big men of all time. MC can shoot as a big. He's had clutch buckets. MC can post up. The one thing is that you will dime him up, give him a dime, and he'll miss the layup. He may hit it contested. He may hit a contested layup and one. But wide layups, that boy would miss for some reason. MC, really good player. Really good, solid big man. Defense, rebounding. Oh my gosh. Rebounding, screens. Let's go to 4. 4, Palmer Ochoa. A one and done player is top 4. Palmer Ochoa came and played 2 games with us. Dropped in each game 25 and 5. Okay, 25 and 5. Each game in the 2 games he's played 25 points and 5 assists. Also gonna be one of the best shooters of all time. And he deserves top 4. He hits clutch shots. He will find you. And he is a sniper. Top 3 now. Top 3 players of all time. And this is where it gets legit, okay? Number 3. Rogan Brown is the 3rd of all time. One and done, like Palmer. But Rogan came in his first game, dropped 25, like Palmer. And then in the second game, 37, or something like that. Rogan took over the game. He carried us. Rogan got the first dunk in DBA history. Got the first pin off the glass. Rogan can score. He can score so well. He can play D. He can shoot really well. Like, trust me, he's like 6'1", 6'2", but he can strap it. He has a strap. If we were to have him more, and if you were to play in at least 3, he's our number 1. Because if you were to keep playing like that, he's a number 1. But he's a one and done. That's holding him back. Number 2 now, of the greatest of all time. Kota Trong. Kota came in on his first game, dropped 20 and 10. And then the second game, Kota went for 40 on the dot. 40. And Kota's a one and done. And he's number 2. Kota had 40. Nonchalantly, bro. A nonchalant 40 piece. We were playing against trash talkers. And Kota had 40 on him. He was blocking them. He was scoring inside. He was scoring from the 3. He was getting shifty. He was getting crafty. He was throwing his free throw off the rim and catching it and scoring. He would get and ones. He would shoot the three. He would go to work on people. And he can do it all. He's amazing, bro. But the thing is, the reason why he's a high number 2, one and done, is that Coda will stick with us. He always asks, hey, when can we play? Can I play? Other guys that are one and dones don't say that. Coda always checks up. So, let's go to number 1. The number 1 DBA player of all time is no other than me. Okay. I don't like to talk about myself, okay? I try my best to stay humble. But when I was thinking who would be the best DBA player of all time, I was like, I'm sorry, but it's me. I have the most points in a game on our team's history. I had 41. 2, I lead DBA in points scored, total points scored in history. I am the scoring leader for the team. 3, I think I lead the team in blocks as well as a guard. I don't like to talk about myself. I don't like to brag, but I did start the team, and I've been to every tournament. I've had games. I remember dropping 37 in the first ever game. I remember 41 points. I remember the game that we won on a game winner. I had 25. I'm probably the best of all time. The GOAT of DBA. If you guys in the comments can make your own top 20 list as well, that'd be cool. But I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed our top 20 of all time. I'm going to do this again next year maybe. And, see if anything changes. So, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.